So it's day one, meal one of the £1 a day challenge, raising money for FoodCycle, and we're going to kick it off with some porridge. So here's our porridge, nice big bowl of porridge. I'm going to add a nice big dollop of that lovely jam, because I've got no sugar, and I do have salt, but I have to charge it a penny a pinch, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to put a big dollop of jam in there. That looks pretty good. Right, so I've had my porridge and I've decided to go to the gym, which is probably not the best idea when you don't have very much to eat at home, but you know, it's my day off. I would normally go to the gym, so I'm on my way. I'll see you in a couple of hours, possibly exhausted and feeling very, very hungry. So I'm here with Yasmin and Jamal, who are both personal trainers here at my gym. Guys, as you know, I'm living off £1 per day for all my food. Yasmin, do you think you could do that?
Yes, I could do that. Whether or not it would be sufficient enough for the type of training I do, because
Okay.
I'm a runner, I'm a long distance runner, I think it would be cutting it fine, to be perfectly honest.
Jamal, do you think you could do it?
No. I know about it. It wouldn't work for me. My energy levels would dip and my training would dip quite a lot.
So what foods do you think I should be focusing on that's going to get me through this week?
I would say your carbs, because your carbs, they can be the cheapest, and then drinking your water, because your body needs water. So when you drink water, you won't feel as hungry as well. So you can go for the day with doing that, and then it's just getting enough sleep. If you get a lot of sleep, then you should be alright.
Okay.
To do it with a pound a day.
Okay. Do you think it would be very hard for someone who had basically a pound a day all the time to be fit, healthy? What do you think?
It's hard to survive on that little amount every day and to eat healthily. And I know a lot of chefs out there are trying to do a lot for saying, you know, to buy organic foods, it doesn't have to always be expensive, and to be able to cook for yourself and use kind of natural and organic ingredients. But to be honest, I still think it is expensive to live healthily, especially with the organic craze and the vegan craze and whatever craze there is in terms of the food industry. So
do you think the food industry is to blame for how expensive healthy foods are? What do you think?
I don't know, because I mean, I know it is expensive to produce organic produce, but it is those big supermarket chains. I mean, am I allowed to mention who? Like, for example, Whole Foods. I mean, it's a luxury to shop in there. You need to take out a mortgage half the time. But then at the same time, if you buy organic produce, if your weekly shop was all organic, you know it's going to cost twice as much.
If someone wanted to be an athlete like you are, you think if they only had a pound a day, they basically wouldn't be able to do it?
It would be hard. If you were to follow a plan, it would be the best thing, but not everyone has the time to do that. If you were to say, okay, I get up 8 o'clock every morning, having breakfast at 8:30 every morning, and you eat at the same time every single day of your life doing the same thing, your body will adapt to it, and it'll be quite easy to do it. But not everyone has that luxury of doing this day in, day out. That plays a big part. You've got to focus on going to work, getting the right food, getting the right amount of food that you need, then everything else is quite hard. So you can do it, it's just a mental thing. Maybe people in the Western world, so a bit more lazy and laid back, where they don't do as much for themselves as you would in other countries where it can help you as well.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for talking to me. It's been really interesting. Yeah, wish me luck. So, it's lunchtime. I'm making a big pasta sauce. A bit random. We've got some onions and carrots just sweating down there. I've got no oil cooking with. There's no oil there's no budget for oil. So I'm just sort of softening them in a bit of water. Got my spaghetti going there. Now we are allowed seasonings at a penny a pinch. So I'm going to put in a bit of oregano and salt and pepper, and then just a little pinch of chili powder as well. So that's 4p off the remaining budget for the seasonings. Obviously, normally I'd be putting in basil. I mean, I might have onions, but you definitely want garlic, basil, things like olives, you know, and all that stuff. So, but none of that. So onion and carrot sauce it is. We'll see how it tastes. Chili's there. Put it this way, I don't think it's going to win any awards, but it's food, it's edible. I'll happily take it. So, again, so far so good. So for dinner, I'm making a vegetable and potato curry. We've got onions, carrots, potatoes in there. And I've seasoned them, salt, pepper. Again, we've got no oil to cook it in. Spice-wise, obviously, I'm meant to be allowed seasonings at a penny a pinch. I think it's a bit ridiculous to put things like garam masala and mustard seeds in there, and turmeric is quite expensive. But I have gone for chili powder. We've got some curry powder, cumin and coriander. So those are all quite cheap and available. So other things I'd normally be looking to put in this: coconut milk, ginger, fresh chili, things like curry leaves, things like that, which would be great. Butternut squash, corn chicken, lentils. Haven't got any of that. So here's the finished curry. I've added some chickpeas and some frozen peas. Looks okay. Let's give it a taste. Not the best curry I've ever had, put it that way. So, it's the end of day one, and the good news is I'm feeling full, not hungry. I've had 3 decent meals today. What is clear though is this is going to be hard. It's not so much what what you're eating, it's that you have no choice really over what you eat, because we've had to plan so strictly what we're making to fit within the budget. Just knowing that if you fancy some ice cream, or you just fancy getting takeaway, or you fancy making your favorite thing, you can't have it. You've got to have what you planned. Earlier I got a bit sad actually, knowing that I had to make this curry because that's what we planned and that's what we were going to have, because I didn't feel like curry. I didn't feel like eating it, but I knew I had to make it. Made it, and it was all right. But that aspect I hadn't really thought about. That's going to be the hardest, just not having choices really, and not having control over what you eat. But anyway, we're through day one. We're full, so that's all good. Please visit my Just Giving page. We're 70% of the way there already, which is amazing. Anything you could give would be amazing towards this fantastic charity, FoodCycle, who are tackling food poverty using food waste. It's a great approach. So yeah, here's the end of Video Diary 1. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.